Okay, hi John. I'm going to try to show you here what I would do to put something like that on the school's boys basketball website. So I'm on the MonticelloMagic.com site, and I've logged in. Up here at the top there's a login button. You have your user account now, so you can log in. You should see something similar to this. When I click School Admin, it'll take me to sort of the administration page. It allows you to edit certain things. Hopefully yours looks similar to this. I tried to give you the same privileges I have. So then I would go to Sport Pages, since we're talking about the boys basketball page. And from there I'd see all the sports that we have pages for that you can edit. So if I look at the boys basketball page, I can edit this one. You'll probably want to use either this or the quick edit. We'll go to the full edit so I can show you some of the features that it has. So now I've got the main title of the page and the address. Here's the whole editing window for everything on the page. It's the only thing you have control over is this window, really. You don't really want to touch anything below there. Any of this stuff here or this stuff is not all that necessary. And anything on the right is not all that necessary, except I'll show you in a minute. You might want to set a featured image kind of a thing on the page. So let's say I've got that flyer. Anything I type here is going to show up on the main page underneath the bar. So let me just show you. I can click Preview Changes. That'll open up another tab for me. That will give me an idea of what it's going to look like if I do decide to publish this edit. It takes a minute to go through the preview process. So there's the text I just typed in there on the main Monticello Magic boys basketball site. So you've got the home site, you've got other program links. You can add multiple pages underneath that. You can add pages underneath this. You can add photo galleries, things like that. So if I go back, again, that was just a preview. If I wanted to make that for sure, I would click Update, and that would put this text on the main screen. I can also look at it this way. There's two different tabs. I can use Code here in this one under Text, or I can just have it like a word processor like Microsoft Word where I can add. If I wanted to center this, let's say I could do that, I would center it. If I wanted to center it on this tab, I'd have to use the code that comes with it. Okay. So I'm going to take that off, and we want to add that flyer. So the first thing I always do with any kind of document, it came as a Word document, and I always want to export that as a PDF. So I've already done that, taken that flyer that was a doc and changed it to a .pdf file. Just makes for a more uniform look. And I'm just going to go up here and click Add Media. So now I've got to get that to the computer or to the website. So I go to Upload Files. This is what comes up. And I'm going to select that file that I've got. I think I saved it just on my desktop. 2014 Monticello Thanksgiving Tournament. I'm just going to say Open. And that's going to start bringing in that content to all of the other things that I've got on the website. Notice they're all PDFs. It's just a good rule of thumb to have PDFs because it's you know what they're going to see. So then it's now checked and done, I can go ahead and now insert that into the page. So now I've got my document. Again, this is how it looks for code. If I just want to see what it looks visually, I'd go here. Right? So if I click on this, this is a link now to that file, and I can see that my two link buttons popped up. I can see what that looks like. I can delete that link. So here's that link that goes to the file. I could edit that if I need to, or I can click that button and that would get rid of the link for me. So this is just going to be text that people click on that would show that file. So if I preview this and go back to my preview tab, I'm going to lose the text that I just deleted, and I'm going to pick up the link that I just put in there, and then when visitors come and click on it, they would get that page of the flyer. Okay, so that's all good there. Now let's say I want to put other things. You can put any kind of text in there you want. That's how you'd upload files and put them on there. If you wanted to add like pictures or anything like that, you can add pictures right to this site by clicking Add Media again. It's an old picture of Brody from years past, or maybe last year. So I could insert that into the page. It would just be a little thumbnail. I could go to code now, and here's my image code. So if I wanted to make it bigger, I could find the width and the height, and I can adjust the size of that image. I could also put code in that aligns it to the center, to the right, things like that. But you don't have to necessarily mess around with that if you don't want to. You can put it there. You can also resize it this way if you'd like. A little bit blurry, not the best quality image in this case. I'll show you another way that you can just add one featured page. Maybe you have a team picture that you want to add to this. That's where this featured image down at the bottom would show up. So I'd go to featured image, and then I would just find that same picture that say I wanted here, and I would set that as the featured image. And now let me go and show you the changes. Now it just shows up below everything on the site. So now it's going to update my preview. And my featured image should pop up below. There it is, a little bit higher quality. You do it that way. And now I've got my link, featured image. I mean, I could add more links, I could add other information, I could edit this text however I want it as far as any kind of word processing tools. Now I've got what I want. I look at the preview, that's maybe the way I want it for now, and then I would go click update. And that's going to make this the actual iteration page. And when this little wheel stops spinning over here, I know I've got the latest version of what I see here updated. So now it's up to date. I can go ahead and view the article. It's going to take me to, or I can go right to the Monticello Magic boys basketball page. So now if I go to winter sports, boys basketball, I should see what I just put in. And there's my link, my picture, my featured image, and the link works, so everything checked out. So that's a quick tutorial on how to put a document or some PDF file onto the site and how to do some basic editing on it. Hope it helps. Let me know if you need anything else. Good luck.